a real villain?
Well, technically, nah.
Have you ever caught a good guy, like a real superhero?
Nah.
Have you ever tried a disguise?
Nah.
All right. I can see that I will have to teach you how to be villains.
Hey guys, it's LegoMatic9, and today I'm going to be showing you guys these custom LEGO LazyTown minifigures. Today I'm going to be showing you guys Robbie Rotten and Sportacus from the TV show LazyTown. And the reason why I made these, I would not have made these if I was not prompted to do so already, but my buddy Dylan, or TheMooseFigs as you guys know him, actually requested that I make these figures to give to him in exchange for some figures he made me. So I'll show you guys the figures he made me later on in the video, but yeah, so I made these two figures for Dylan, so you guys can thank him for that and thank him for this video and all that stuff. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to the close-ups on Robbie Rotten and Sportacus from LazyTown.
Now listen closely. Here's a little lesson in trickery. This is going down in history. If you want to be a villain number.
So we're going to start off with the man himself, Robbie Rotten. Now, Robbie here was actually the only figure I was supposed to be making Dylan, but then I requested for him to make me a duo, and he's just like, okay, well then, if I'm making you two figures, then you gotta make me two figures, so that's how Sportacus happened. But Robbie here was actually supposed to be just the only figure I was making from LazyTown and the We Are #1 memes and things like that, so without me asking for a duo, which I'll show you guys later on, Robbie would have been the only figure, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But anyway, Robbie here is equipped with a Lego saxophone piece, which I think is pretty fitting for him. I don't have a net available to me right now, so that would have been the only other accessory, but this one is, I think, a little better than that, so yeah, so onto the figure here. As you can see, he just has this continuous metallic purple, metallic red, and white stripe pattern going down the entire figure. So that is 360, just going all the way down from the vest down to the pants. And yeah, so on the legs here, you can see I painted on the dress shoes and got the white spats painted on there. And then moving up here, I sanded down the sides of the torsos to make it flush with the legs. Since Robbie has his pants hiked up really far, I felt like doing that would make it look like his pants are actually hiked up that way, and the Lego torso just doesn't really allow for that. So this was a very good, I guess, alternative to doing that, and I think it turned out pretty nice. It looks pretty seamless there.
You have to chase a superhero on the run. Just follow my moves and sneak around. Be careful not to make a sound.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Don't touch that.
Then he has the belt, the 3D belt at the top of his pants there that wrap all the way around the figure. So that's made out of E-tape, and then it has the gold belt buckle painted on the front. Now the vest is a separate piece that is made out of E-tape, and then I painted it up with the appropriate colors, and I think it looks pretty cool. You can see the little blue buttons at the center there. So that just goes around the entire figure. I don't have it glued down now, so I kind of need to readjust it before I send it off. So the top of it's actually laying on the torso, but right now I think it's just kind of stuck in this position. So yeah. On the arms here, I have the white cuffs made out of E-tape that are attached on there, and then I have the gold cufflinks painted on. So I have those on both arms there. So those are pretty nice. Then the head was probably the hardest thing with this guy, because I went through a first draft and Dylan didn't like it, so then I had him send me a head that he felt like would be better. So this is the Superman head that I modified a crap ton to make it look a little more like Robbie. It's still kind of not perfect, but I think it works. You can tell who this guy is just by looking at him. And so facial likeness wasn't my main concern here, but I think it turned out pretty nice. I sculpted on a chin. That's probably the thing you can see the most, and how this thing stands out amongst other LEGO figures is the sculpted on chin. I know it looks kind of weird. I'm just not used to seeing chins sculpted onto LEGO figures, but Dylan requested that I sculpt on a chin since his chin's pretty prominent in the show. So yeah, so sculpted that on there, painted it up in a flesh color, so it's pretty close to the Lego flesh color. I think I could have done maybe a little better, but I think it's pretty nice, so you can definitely see that it's there. It's not like a seamless transition, I guess you could say, but it's close enough for me. And then on the head, I painted on some other little facial details, such as the wrinkles under the eyes, the side of the eyes, and the part right in between his eyebrows, and then on his forehead and everything like that. So painted those on. Now the hair was the Mr. Incredible hair. I sculpted on the top to make it a little more tall, I guess, or whatever. And so sculpted that on there to extend that, painted it up in kind of a semi-gloss black, and then I painted on some sideburns. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for Robbie Rotten.
Now look at this net that I just found. When I say go, be ready to throw. Go! Throw it at him, not me! Oh, let's try something else. Now watch and learn. Here's the deal. You slip and slide on this banana peel. What are you doing?
Next up, we have Sportacus. Now, back in like 2004 when LazyTown came out, I think on Nickelodeon, I want to say, when it came out, I actually watched it mainly because of Sportacus. Because when I first saw the previews for it, I was like, wow, that guy is so badass. Just look at him. Wearing blue, superhero, things like that just really got my attention, I guess, or whatever. So I watched LazyTown when it came out, mainly because of Sportacus, because I really loved the color blue, and I thought he was just a freaking badass. So, moving on to the figure here, he doesn't have any accessories. I could have given him, I guess, an apple or whatever, but I don't think I even have any, so that would have been the only suitable accessory, but I think he looks pretty good without one anyway. So starting off with the legs here, the base was actually just some weird color blue from Lego. I think it was on the Sleepy Guy, I want to say, from the collectible minifigure series a few years ago or whatever. So I erased all the printing off of that, then I added on that nice blue color there with the white outlines, got the stripe on the side of the leg, and then just all that detail painted onto the legs, and then he has the dark blue shoes with the white and red stripes on there. So the legs turned out pretty nice. Moving on to the torso, is just a white torso with some blue details painted on, such as the blue for, I guess, the design on his shirt, and then the light blue collar up there. His belt area is actually two different colors of blue. That's this like nice blue color that I mixed, and then Apple Barrel Admiral blue as well. And then I made the belt buckle out of E-tape and then painted on the S. And yeah, so that looks pretty cool. Now the jacket is actually made out of a piece of E-tape that I have wrapped around, and I cut it out, slapped it on, painted it up with the blue colors and everything. The 10 thing or whatever the heck this is, I don't really know what it does, but it is sculpted on there. That oval shape is one layer, then the 10 is another layer, and then I painted on with a red to orange to yellow to white gradient color. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's all sculpted on there. He's got these little silver things up on his shoulder that were sculpted on. Now the back is it's a little sloppy. The 10's not centered in there at all, but whatever. It's just the back of the figure. Wasn't really too keen on making this as accurate as I could because I was kind of rushing to get this guy done so I could work on something else. So painted that 10 on there with the blue stripe and everything, and then he's got those little silver gadgets, or tubes or whatever the hell they are, painted on there. Now on the arms, they're flesh arms with the light blue sleeves with the stripe painted on there. And then he has his gauntlets painted on with the two different colors of blue, some silver, and yeah, so I got those painted onto both arms there. So those are pretty cool. Now, the head is a Will Turner head that I modified the crap out of. I erased off the eyebrows, and I actually had a second face that I erased off too. So I erased those off, erased off the mustache and everything, then repainted on the eyebrows to look more like Sportacus and less angry, and then I painted on the thin mustache. I was going to sculpt that at first, but then I realized that would just break off and it would just be too much of a pain in the butt to do. So just decided to paint that on there, so I think that looks fine. Now, the hat is a Lego beanie piece, and then I sanded the crap out of it to make it thin, and then I sculpted on, I guess, the little flip-over thing on the top, then painted it in blue and added the stripe, and then he has some modified Lego goggles that are glued on there, painted up, and then have a E-tape strap wrapping around the hat. So Sportacus was actually my favorite out of these two. I just had a lot more fun making him. And yeah, so tell me below which of these figures is your favorite, but I personally prefer Sportacus. So there you guys go. There is Sportacus. Alright guys, that is going to be pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, here are my custom LEGO Robbie Rotten and Sportacus minifigures from LazyTown. Again, I made these for my buddy Dylan, so don't hate me if you're not a fan of the meme or whatever, but these figures were a lot of fun to make, and it was just a lot different from what I'm used to making, so it was a nice time to just, you know, have an outlet for doing whatever I wanted to, and just make some just different figures. So, I told you guys that Dylan made me some figures, so I guess I'll just show you guys these, because he won't be able to show them in his video since I have them now and he didn't record a video on them. So he made me Drake Bell and Drake Parker and Josh Nichols from Drake and Josh. So pretty awesome minifigures, so decided to show those guys, and I thought that'd just be a fun little duo of figures to have him make me, and yeah, so love those. He'll have those up on his Flickr by the time this video goes up, so you guys can check those out there. And yeah, so again, this is Sportacus and Robbie Rotten from LazyTown. I'll post a link to the GoFundMe for Stefan Carl, who plays Robbie Rotten's GoFundMe. So all those will be in the description below, so definitely go check out all those links down there.
We are number...
And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my other social media accounts, such as my Flickr, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and also my Google Plus as well. So go check those out. All will be linked to in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.
Don't let your kids watch it!